Alright, you bunch of hillbilly map-trotting rodeo clowns. My name is Major Slack. Grab your gear, lock and load, and assemble on me. Listen up. Your days of screwing Little Miss Lands Between for your precious little early OP builds are over. Amidst all the Elden Ring challenge runs, can't use this, can only use that. There is one thing that nobody is willing to do without. Is it the Moonveil Katana? No. Is it the Rock Sling spell? No. The one item in Elden Ring that nobody is willing to do without is Torrent. That's right, it's high time you cheese dicks strapped on a pair and plainly admit that the most overpowered item in Elden Ring is the horse. Henceforth, you will put on your big boy pants, you will man up, you will get off that little speed-running donkey of yours and learn how to really play the game. Now let me hear you sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4, Elden Ring, go horse! 1, 2, 3, 4, Elden Ring, go horse! 1, 2, 3, 4, Elden Ring, go horse!
Major Slack Videos.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me and welcome to the ultimate Elden Ring challenge. In this challenge run, we're going to play up to level 50 with the following rules of engagement. No horse, no health flask, no staffs, no seals, no Fort Feroth dragon. Now we're going to play as the vagabonds rather, and this is my girl Melee made easy. And we're going to start with the Lands Between rune keepsake. Give yourself 3,000 golden runes, or 3,000 runes to start off with. And here's my girl Melee made easy. We're just going to call her May for short. Alright, and away we go.
Hold up here, Slack, hold up. Did you say no health flask?
I said no health flask.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. Once again, that's no horse, no health flask, no staffs, no seals, no Fort Feroth dragon. Now, at level 50, the initial challenge will be complete, and at that point, if there is enough viewer interest, I'll continue the challenge run through to the end of the game. So make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe to help support the walkthrough. I'd really appreciate it. Now, let me explain the method to my madness. First of all, why no horse? Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Using the horse to immediately run all over the map to collect a whole bunch of flask upgrades, smithing stones, unique weapons, etc. to create a quote early OP build has become the de facto way of playing Elden Ring. And as it's become so prevalent that gamers are leaving a lot of game on the table and just taking it for granted that you can't start playing Elden Ring until you first get overpowered. Now, Elden Ring is difficult, but there are many ways of overcoming that difficulty, okay? Creating an early OP build is just one way. Now, if that's your cup of tea, all the power to you, all the power to you. But be warned, you might actually be making things even more difficult by creating an early OP build, and I'll talk more about that later. Why no health flask? Well, this is to force you, and yes, I'm hoping some of you will actually play along with this walkthrough, this is to force you to take on a more multi-dimensional playstyle. What I see way too much of, even with early OP builds, is gamers barging into all combat scenarios with no plan, and just simply hacking and slashing, taking damage, dodge rolling away, drinking a health flask, rinse and repeat. Hack and slash, dodge roll, chug a lug, hack and slash, dodge roll, chug a lug. I'm sorry, but it is such a tedious grind to watch gameplay like that. Taking away the health flask will force you to use everything at your disposal to take on the game. I'm talking about weapon technique, strategy, recon, stealth, and consumables. Too many gamers don't use their weapon skills. They don't use pot grenades. They don't use daggers. They don't use stealth. They don't use any of that.
But that's what the early OP build is for, Slack.
You don't need an early OP build. People, this is Limgrave. This is where you start playing the game. Deal with it. Just deal with it.
How do we do that, Slack?
Let me show you. Okay, Gamer Slack is down there in the trenches behind the gun, and MC Dub Slack here in the rear with the gear on the microphone. This walkthrough is going to go 10 times faster if I'm not burdened with live running commentary. And also I'm going to game way better. You may have noticed I stripped off all of May's armor. This is not just for eye candy, which is a little bit. It's mostly because I like to have a lot of weapons equipped, and the armor is just going to weigh her down too much. So, and this is going to be primarily a low damage to no damage run. So I found that armor was just pretty much redundant. So yeah, that's why. Grab a smithing stone there, and we're going to spend most of our money right away. We got 3,000 runes to start off with, and we just picked up a golden rune too. And we're going to buy the crafting kit, all 3 cracked pots, telescope, torch, and 30 daggers. Yeah, and playing as a female because when I tried this run as a male character, I was sitting there going, I do not want to stare at a naked man's butt for 10 to 20 hours. So, and, you know, my audience is primarily male, so I'm sure you'll agree with me. Yeah, so, yeah, first thing we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate the immense power of the halberd. The Vagabond starts out with 2 weapons, the halberd and the longsword. The halberd has the charge 4th skill. The charge 4th skill kicks ass. I don't know why anybody or nobody has talked about this. It's like, it's overpowered. You can do what I'm going to call the charge 4th stun lock. This is where you can knock an enemy down, and before they get up again, you can knock them down again, and before they get up again, you can knock them down again, and just keep them stun locked. Okay, we're going to do this on the Groveside cave boss fight right now. That's right, we're doing a boss fight right away. Now when he reaches the end of the puddle there, charge 4th, hold down the charge 4th. As soon as his knee raises up, charge 4th again. Watch for that left knee to raise up, charge 4th again. Now you're out of stamina, watch the top left corner of the screen. As soon as the stamina starts to refill, charge 4th again. And the last time you're going to run out of FP. Knock him down, back off a little bit, drink up, and rinse and repeat. Charge 4th. Wait for your stamina to recharge. There we go. Starting off with a bang, no damage, boss fight, and demonstrating the immense power of the halberd. The default halberd. It's not even upgraded, just default. Charge 4th, stun lock. Alright, drink up. Grab some mushrooms. Going to do in a couple of these Godbreak soldiers here. Here's a jump strong. They call this a jump strong. It's a jumping attack. Pressing the strong attack button when you're in the air. Okay. And what it, you see what it does. It makes the halberd swipe from left to right. So even if the enemy has a shield, what it does is it knocks his shield off to the side a little bit. And what you do is you follow up with a poke. So jump strong, follow up with a poke. And the poke is the regular attack. Alright? Going to be using that a lot on the Godric soldiers. And you notice I picked up some kukri there. 4 kukri. Those are always there. It was the second Godric soldier I took down after coming out of the cave. Those are always there. They scale with strength and dexterity. Each kukri can instantly kill any wolf. That's important. The game developers hand you on a silver platter everything you need to kick the game's ass. So a lot of gamers don't realize this. I don't know why. Everyone's got such a hard-on for the early OP builds. Pardon my language.
Turning to aid you need to the foot. Then it settled. Summon me. I bequeath. It will summon.
Okay, there's a spectral steed whistle. We're going to be ignoring that completely. And that's it. And let's go back to the Church of Ella to get the Lone Wolf Ashes.
This way, Tarnished.
There's Rena.
May I have a word? A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Rena. I'd heard tell of it, and upon look at talk, thou art to call for. I was entrusted by Torrent. 'Tis a bell of call summon there the spirits, now it is thine. Forgive mine I doubt we how long will before the time?
That's it. So now we have the Lone Wolf Ashes, and I'm going to hotkey, or like rather pouch a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm going to pouch the telescope, the daggers, and the kukri, which are going to be play a major part in taking down Gatefront ruins. Now, Gatefront ruins, here's the deal. There's a bugle boy and a camp boss patrolling up and down the main street. The bugle boy, as soon as he spots you, he will blow his bugle and everybody in the camp will come down in your position. So he's priority number one. Now, if you start off from a fresh start from the side of Grace, all the guys will be patrolling in the same pattern. So the first thing you need is to take out this guy, jump strong, poke, poke, kill, and go immediately after the bugle boy because the camp boss will have his back turned. Jump strong, poke for kill, and back off. That's it. Now you can just simply go around the perimeter of the camp, wipe out all the other guys, and then you can go after the camp boss. Jump strong, poke. This guy I don't do a jump strong because there's not enough time to get all that happening, so I just do a guard counter. Guard, do a strong attack right after he hits you, and then you can finish up with a critical hit. And we're going to go right. You could just do like a backstab on this guy, but it's faster to do a jump strong. And then we're going to go up in this canopy here to see if the camp boss is patrolling away. And there he is. You see in the center, he's patrolling away. So we can sneak up on this guy, do a backstab, critical hit, instantly kill him. Roll towards the south, grab the herba, and we're just going to peek around the corner and deal with the dog patrols. There's 2 guys and 2 wolves here. 1 pair of Godric soldier and wolf is patrolling, and the other one's just standing there. This guy can go out and do a charge attack. When you're two-handing the halberd, when you do a charge attack, you get this double swing. And as you can see, I wiped out the wolf and I put the other guy, I broke his stance and then did a critical hit. Easiest way to take down those guys. Now I want to back off and draw the other guys out of the camp, away from the camp boss, because the camp boss is patrolling back and forth. Here he is. This guy's got a shield, so jump strong, poke, poke, poke. This guy we're going to draw out by throwing a dagger at him. Any Godric soldier without a shield, you can do the charge 4th attack on him. Okay, here's the wolf. We have Kukri. We can instantly kill it. There we go. And this guy gets a dagger. Draw him out. Draw him away from the center road there, away from the camp boss. And he has no shield, so we can do a charge for it. There's the camp boss right there. Give him a wide berth. And we have wiped out this whole side of the camp already. That's all done. Let's go do the other side. I learned so much preparing this challenge run. I learned so much about the game. It's incredible. It was a hell of a lot of fun. Alright, these 2 guys, their patrol kind of like, one guy's patrolling around and his patrol kind of meets up with this guy standing guard here. And there's the camp boss. I just want to wait for that guy patrols away a little bit and then we're going to go after this guy. He's got a shield, so we'll probably have to do jump strong, poke, poke, poke. Jump strong, poke. Oh, I got him right away because he didn't have his shield up in time. And here this guy's patrolling back. What you can do is just throw a dagger and it'll hit the wall behind him. It'll miss because he's patrolling. And you can just go do a critical hit. And 1 guy left on this side. Dagger. Draw him away from the center. And we can do a charge for it to kill him. And this will just leave the camp boss. The camp boss, with your Lone Wolf Ashes, if you just release your Lone Wolf Ashes, they'll kill him. they'll kill him all on their own. But we can help him out. It's a lot of fun watching them and just chew him to pieces. But what we want to do is wait until he patrols back. Okay, we're watching him. He's going to patrol back. And then he's going to turn his back on us and patrol away. When he does that, we're going to sneak up behind him, do a critical hit, like do a backstab critical hit, then release the hounds. And at that point, you could just sit back and watch the fun. But typically, I like to help him out a little bit by doing a charge for it, just to speed up the process. Okay, so here we go. He's got his back to us. Sneak up behind him. Get right close. Press the attack button to get a critical hit. And then quickly release the hounds. Out goes the doggies and roll away. Now what happened here was I did a charge forth, knocked him down, and ended up knocking him down behind that little wall there. And he ended up using the wall for cover. Watch this. So he runs toward me and then my dogs can't get to him, right? See this? He ran behind the wall. So he almost got loose. Almost got loose, so that's why it's rolling away. And down he goes, and that's it, that's all. Here we go. Gatefront ruins. 6 minutes flat. Send the doggies back. And let's go collect a smoldering butterfly. Smoldering butterflies are gold. Okay, this is another thing I'm just simply amazed at so many gamers. They just ignore the consumables. Fire pots kick ass. Totally kick ass. In here is the Lord's Horn's Greatsword. Yeah, fire pots scale with strength. Check it out. Fire pots scale with strength. So any build that starts out, or any character class that starts out with high strength, such as the Vagabond, the Hero, the Samurai. Actually, yeah, it's fire pots that scale with strength, and daggers and kukri scale with strength and dexterity. So anytime you see a smoldering butterfly, it's like gold. It's like an instant fire pot. Make fire pots with smoldering butterfly and mushroom. And in this camp, there are 2 smoldering butterflies and 2 mushrooms. So basically, this camp is handing you 2 free fire pots right off the bat. And you can make fire pots just by having the crafting kit and cracked pots. And down here we're going to get the whetstone and the... I have yet to find a use for it. I always sell it off. The Storm Stomp at Ash of War. That's it. We got the map. And we're immediately going to go back to the first site of grace we discovered. Outdoors, the first step. If we have some money now, we're going to spend it. We're going to go make some purchases. We're going to go down and visit the Coastal Merchant. Now here's the dealio. Anytime you have 2 weapons of the same type, you can always tell they're of the same type because they'll be on the same row in your inventory if you have your weapons according, if you have your weapons listed according to item type. Alright, when you have 2 weapons of the same type, you can hold one in each hand and you get a different moveset if you press the guard button instead of the attack button. And this is commonly known as a power stance, but I think I'm going to change that. I'm going to call it the warrior stance. Why? Because the warrior class is the only class that starts out with 2 weapons of the same type, one in each hand. And I think it's more appropriate for Elden Ring to call it the warrior stance. Alright?
What do you need? I don't want any
So here we are at the Coastal Merchant. We're going to sell off our golden runes and we're going to buy 4 items. Strike that, 3 items. And I'm going to sell my Storm Stomp because I've never found a use for this. I think it's useless. I'm also going to sell the Flail because it's redundant. And sell the bolts, even though we're going to be using some bolts later on. But these bolts we could sell. Just have some extra money. Alright, and now we're going to buy 3 items. We're going to buy the Broadsword. Just going to sell off my bolts. and that's it. Okay, we're going to buy the broadsword, the short bow, and the Armorer's Cookbook 2, which will allow you to make firebone arrows. And the broadsword is the same weapon type as our longsword. So now we can dual wield those and hold them in a warrior stance. And let me tell you, it is absolutely devastating. And I'm going to show you how devastating shortly. In here, I just want to discover the coastal cave side of Grace, because we're here and we're near. So this is the thing, when we don't have a horse, everywhere we go, we have to take advantage of the ground that we covered. So if there's a side of Grace nearby, discover it so that you can quickly fast travel back there. And you may have noticed that there is a smoldering butterfly above that merchant. So what I did was I rested at the side of Grace to get that smoldering butterfly to respawn. So now we have at least 4 smoldering butterflies. So now we can make 3 fire pots. We're missing 1 cracked pot. We're going to get one later. Alright, next I'm going to show you how to take down a mounted cadence sellsword. You're going to dual wield your broadsword and your longsword. Okay, so broadsword in the right hand, longsword in the right. Now both of these weapons have the square off skill. 2 ways you can use the square off skill. You hold down the skill button and press the light attack button, or the attack button, and you'll do this quick kind of swipe. Or you can hold down the skill button and press the strong attack button, and he'll kind of like rush forward and do this like long swooping swipe. And both those attacks do a lot of poise damage. They do incredible poise damage. You can do 2 of those. Yeah, I'm just making some fire pots here. 2 square off strongs will break a troll's stance. A giant troll. I'm not kidding. That's all it takes with the default longsword. Okay, so I made a batch of fire pots, and make sure you rest at that side of Grace to make that cadence sellsword spawn right there, the guy on the horse there, and we're going to take him down. This is how you do it. With your broadsword and your longsword. Sneak up behind him. Make sure you target the man, not the horse. Get up right behind him. Square off, strong. Boom. And then spam that guard button. Just keep spamming the guard button. Keep spamming it. And he's down. That's it. Works every time. It's the easiest thing. I'm telling you, man. The Vagabond is overpowered from the get-go. I don't know why nobody's like talked about this. Game's like seven months old, and everybody's still after their. Anyways, I've already ranted about that, but like I said, overpowered from the get-go.
Oh, when they and so this is I hope, or I couldn't then.
Talk to that guy. He's kind of like hidden as a tree. You break the tree. He talks to you and he gives you 10 free mushrooms, which is perfect. That'll help you out with your fire pots. And anytime there's some sheep nearby, I take a quick whack at trying to kill them to get some thin beast bones. And if not, just forget about it. I don't like chasing them around too much. Okay, so here we have another mounted cadence sellsword. And we have 3 guys at the camp here. A Gothic soldier and 2 dagger soldiers. Go in sneak mode. You go right up against this guy. The guy sitting down with his back to you. Backstab and then just roll away. And then you can just do a charge forth and you have the 2 guys because neither one of them has a shield. So it's a no-brainer. Charge forth, instant kill. Same thing on the other guy. Now, this is a Teardrop Scarab with the Determination Ash of War. Let's quickly get it before that soldier comes, like the mounted soldier comes back. And we'll take cover here. And just in case you thought that taking down the previous mounted cadence sellsword was just pure luck, it's not. The strategy works every single time. Broadsword in your right, longsword in your left, square off strong behind him, make sure you target the man, and then spam the guard button, and he'll, like when you spam the guard button, he'll do like these double swipe with both swords very quickly. Here we go again. Get up right behind the horse's ass. Square off strong. spam guard. Easiest thing in the world. Grab the smithing stone. Then I'm just gonna go back and grab the goodies that I had to leave behind because I didn't want to lose the timing of that mounted horse coming back, or the mounted cadence sellsword rather, the mounted horse. Now there's a Gothic soldier up ahead with a little cooking pot with a smoldering butterfly next to it. That's important. You can't do it like sneak up behind and do a critical hit because that debris is in the way. So just get close and do a charge attack, like that double sweep, and that always breaks his stance. And then you can just do a critical hit, finish him off, and grab those smoldering butterfly. Yeah, every time you see smoldering butterfly, it's like fire pot gold. And let's go to the south from this location to get the Stomber Smithing Stone 1. And now we're going after the Great Axe, which is in that carriage. The only way to get it is to take down one of these trolls to stop the carriage. And here I'm going to show you. These trolls are like special trolls. They don't have swords. So you can just break their stance with a single square off strong. Square off strong, boom. And get around the front. Equip your halberd and do a critical hit on the bright orange spot. And then throw a fire pot, and back away. And then now another fire pot, and then we're gonna just have to like chip away at him to finish him off. Like I said, these two trolls, you see how his sword is stabbed right through him? It's kind of like, you know, that's the way they keep him under control. So these particular trolls don't have a second phase. Like some of you may know, when trolls, when you get their health halfway down, they take out their sword and they just go on this rampage. But these trolls won't do that. They don't have a second phase. So you don't have to worry about the rampage, the sword rampage. And I managed to break his stance again, which was really cool. And I missed the critical hit. No, wait, I got it. There we go. Finished him off. And there we go. So we stopped the carriage. I'm not going after the other troll because I just want to grab the great axe. What you want to do here, though, is make sure that none of the bugles are watching. See the guy with the bugle there with the banner? Make sure that none of them are watching the carriage when you go grab the great axe. Okay, so he's not watching. Jump on the back of the carriage, open it up, and get the great axe, which we're going to be using a lot. Alright, got the great axe? Great. And now to finish off this run, or this video, we're going to go after the Mad Pumpkinhead at the Waypoint Runes. Is this called Waypoint? Waypoint Runes. Ignore the giant flowers. Now we have a whole bunch of fire pots. What you're going to do is, as soon as you go in, you're going to spawn the wolves, and then you're going to put your shield up. You can actually tank the Mad Pumpkinhead's first couple of hits. Then you're going to get as far away as possible and throw 3 fire pots at him when his back is turned, dealing with the wolves. Okay, so up goes the shield. You can actually tank a couple of hits, right? Once you've done that, run. Get as far away as possible and watch him carefully. Lock on, wait till his back is turned or he's turned sideways, then throw a fire pot. Watch how much damage it does. Watch it. Throw a fire pot. Check it out. See how much damage it does? As long as he's not facing you. And he typically comes after you, so just roll through close to him and you'll get away typically. Get far away, the wolves engage him. Make sure he's turned sideways or his back is to you and throw another fire pot. Watch how much damage it does. He's coming after us again. I'm going to block this hit now. You can block his hits and tank them and just keep rolling away. Get some distance. Throw the final fire pot. And then I go into square off stance. I was ready to finish him off, but the wolves did the job. And that's it. There you go, boys and girls. How's that for the first 30 minutes? 2 bosses, a troll, Gatefront runes, 2 mounted horsemen, 2 no damage boss fights. And now we're going to take the money we earned and finally start leveling up. We're going to level up strength 4 times, 14 to 18. Now, was that worth the price of admission or what? Huh? If you thought so, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and post a comment. And I'll see you next time for some more No Horse Challenge. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.